Hey friends, as you know, this week's challenge is about being dominant. And you might say, hey, you're a monk. Monk's supposed to be passive, laid back, reserved, serene, maybe even tranquil. However, most people forget that the ancient monks of old were also warriors, trained to protect themselves, their families, their temples, and their communities from the warlords and the armies that would very frequently attack them. So we can be passive, tranquil, and serene while still being dominant in who we are, what we believe, what we say, and how we act. So this week's challenge is all about stepping into our most dominant self. How do we do that? Well, we're going to use some cues from our brain. We're going to use some cues from our physiology. And we're going to use some cues from our breath as well, combining our mind, our body, and our breath, using our chi to manifest a new potential here and now in who you are and how you feel. It's a very simple process. All we're going to do is we're going to wake up every morning, and you can do this a couple times throughout the day if you want, but definitely need to do it in the morning when you wake up. As soon as your feet step in the ground, whatever breathing and exercise you do to kind of make your body wake up right away, we're going to add right into it before we start actively engaging on our day, that we imagine in our mind a small version of yourself. But this version of yourself is the elite version of yourself. It's the optimal version of yourself. It's the strongest, the healthiest, most beautiful, most charming, most kind, loving, successful, fulfilled, all those great aspects of life that you want to have. It's you. And you see that person sitting there in their shining glory. And it might be very small, it might be very big, but we're going to blow this person up in our imagination until they are life-size. Almost like they're like a doorway and a silhouette of ourselves. We're going to see that person standing in front of us, maybe even looking the same direction that we are, so we're stepping behind them. And all we're going to do is, if we were opening up a curtain in the back of their body, is we're going to open it up and step in and actually manifest into that person. Right? So we're going to use a couple of visual tricks by using our mind to visualize what this person looks like. We're going to use our body to move in to break that pattern, but also to feel how it feels to be in that dominant, assertive self. How does it feel to stand? Do you stand like this? Do you stand like this when you're dominant, assertive? Or do you stand like a superhero? Like you have a cape on your back, chest slightly elevated, shoulders back, head proud and tall, chin slightly elevated, belly tucked in, feet firmly resting on the ground. All right, so we want to step in. And step into that greatness. We want to make the sound. Whatever sound comes from you naturally, we want to make the sound of stepping in to a new, greater self. It might be, ah! It might be, ah! It might be, ah! Whatever it is that comes from you, if you were stepping into your greatest, most accomplished, most successful, achieved, celebrated self, how would that sound? And of course, how does your body feel? You'll know if you get it right because you'll start to get goosebumps, your hair will stand up, and you'll get a tingle throughout your body. And we're going to do this no less than 3 times. Between 3 and 9 times would be superb. This pattern will ingrain it into your mind, into your body, and the brain will start to repattern its neurology to control your body. You'll actually change the shape of your brain to be able to have this accomplishment. So our challenge for this week is going to be step into your dominant self for the next 7 days. Wake up, breathe, visualize, put your feet on the ground, imagine that self in front of you, all their greatness, step behind them, step into them like you're putting your head through a curtain, stepping on stage, and stand in your absolute greatest self. And hold it, feel it, let your body remember what it feels like, and let your body know that in the future, it can again remember and recall it anytime it wants, so you can have that sensation a snap of your fingers. Be well, my friends, and live life fully.